Mortgage coach community, I am pumped. I've been trying to get an interview with this guy, Alex McFadden, the mortgage pug.
It's been a long time, and hold on, before we get started, I got to do the infamous clap, because I love that.
It's the way I get started.
Yeah,
that's how I fire myself up.
Yeah.
So, my story on Alex is when it comes to building a personal brand in mortgage, the dude is a badass. He's someone that I've followed for years. I noticed last year, BombBomb called you out as the influencer of the year.
Yep, video influencer.
Video influencer of the year. So the guy is definitely highly thought of by a lot of people in the mortgage and real estate space. However, he's not in America, he's Canadian. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your mortgage practice?
Sure.
And then you and I will just talk about branding and video.
Absolutely. I mean, we got videos and videos for days, guys. So basically my company now, as of this year, it includes 3 partners. We just expanded our team. We now have 10 of us. Last year it was 3 of us at the same time of year, so very fortunate to have found 3 guys who have the same energy, same vibe as I do to grow business with.
Same energy and same vibe. I'm not buying it.
Oh, what? Come on.
It's a one-of-a-kind vibe,
Oh,
dude.
man. Well, okay, we got our different vibes.
Yeah, there's only one mortgage pipe.
Yes, there is. There is only one.
But there's values connection.
Yeah. So we just did our numbers as our first quarter as a team. We closed $50 million in volume, 120, what is it, 124? I've got a Dean on the side there. 124 files? 124 files. Not bad. We've got big goals. We're going to go bigger than this. So very excited about that. But we're here to talk about videos and pugs, right? Pugs primarily.
Well, I think I always like to get that off the table because I see people sometimes they confuse social media with busyness versus business.
Yes.
And so I want to get to point out, these guys are doing business. And then the way they're using social media, the way they're building brand, the way they're using video is generating business.
Yeah.
So why don't you give people just a kind of an overview of the different video strategies that you have?
I don't have enough time for that, but I'll give you like a
overview. I said overview.
Yeah, you're right. You did.
Overview.
You did. Broad view. So we work in I guess as far as mediums, we're using social media through Instagram. We're using Facebook, YouTube as a search engine optimization tool. We're using one-to-one. We're using one-to-many. So that would be through our email newsletter. We do event videos. We got a lot of videos. As far as using video, the reason I got into it first and foremost, and I don't know if I'm skipping ahead of the questions, but
it's your time, man.
Listen, man, if there's video, we're doing it. Basically, long story short. But the reason we got into it was to educate people. So just to educate people, that was the whole goal. I started with a cell phone. I still do a lot with the cell phone. Just kind of teaching people what they do, and I quickly learned that it's actually best to use, and this is where people miss the boat when it comes to video, as a communication tool to connect with people primarily, which is what Mortgage Coach is doing a lot of. That's where things really shifted in my business, and it went from just educating the broad group of people, which you should still consider doing, to having an opportunity to connect with people directly every single day in a way that other people were not doing it, and still most people are not doing it.
So to catch that, communicate with people in a way that most people aren't doing it today and won't be doing it tomorrow. And so let's just start with the easiest form of video, and that's in the native platforms that we have. Everybody is texting, everybody lives on text.
Yeah.
You do text video?
Yep.
I do text video every day. I am seeing that as a huge trend in the mortgage coach community of, letting your realtors know you're working this weekend. Josh Metal and Jeremy Forcier, they're talking to a client and they're sending a 30-second video just saying, I've heard you, and now here's the direction on how to get more from us. How are you using text video?
Yeah, so I think the key thing to note is the way that you communicate with people, or the medium that you're using, that's the same way that you want to send a video back. So if you're texting with a client, again, assuming you just hopped off the phone call, and I know you've talked about this in the past, hop off phone call, introduce yourself, thank them for the phone call. That's it. Nothing much more to that. First time connecting with someone, if anybody out there is trying to connect with a realtor or financial planner or really anybody in the business world, it doesn't matter if they're directly going to send you business, send them an email with a BombBomb video just thanking them, highlighting the key point of your video. So I'll give you an example of one of my daily routines that anybody that can take on this, and it doesn't matter if you're using text, doesn't matter if you're using email, whatever you want to use, but basically once you're done your day, assuming you've tracked the meetings that you've went to, and some key points of those meetings, something that stood out about that person, and then what your goals or your objectives are, send them a one-to-one video. Again, generally I'm doing this through BombBomb, and basically thank them for the meeting, thank them honestly for their time, look at the camera like you're talking to them, bring up one key point about that meeting that you found interesting, and you can't make this stuff up. So you got to be listening and making notes or thinking about it during the meeting. That is a key point, because that always brings it back to me. That's always the point that people bring up. And then just basically ask for the next meeting or the next opportunity, or close out with whatever it is that you're looking. Thank them, whatever that is. So really simple. Basically, have your meetings, remember something very important about them, and send them a video. If it's text, if that's all you have, you don't need BombBomb. You don't need a smartphone. You don't need. Well, I guess you need a smartphone. Yeah. Sorry, you need the smartphone.
I hope you need a smartphone.
If you don't have one at this point, you're out.
Upgrade your smartphone. Get the best camera, the best mic you can get.
Yeah, you don't need an SLR. You don't need anything like that. But at the end of the day, just send it the way that they're talking to you.
So I love that. What about Facebook video
Yeah.
and Instagram video? Are you using that? If so, when and how?
Yeah, so Instagram, I'm primarily using the stories feature. I've been using that for about 3 or 4 years now. I guess when it was launched, I started playing with it. So the way that we use Instagram stories changes all the time, to be honest with you. It just adapts to learning different ways to communicate. I use it as a way to kind of document my day. Hey, what's up? It's the morning. Here's where I am. Here's what I'm doing. Here's what my day looks like. I might do that half the week. Other times it could be like, oh, I just did a video right outside here just saying, hey, we're hanging out with Dave Savage. Most people on my list don't know who that is. They have no idea. So I'm explaining to them.
They don't know who I am.
They have no idea. We're up way up north there, igloos.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, so a lot of my audience is realtors and clients, that sort of thing. And there are some brokers. So basically saying, like, the reason we're connecting with you is because your focus is primarily on connecting people and focusing on educating the consumer better, right?
Yeah.
Empowering
the people who educate the consumer, educating them better.
There you go. And our goal is to get you and your software up north. So we're basically talking about that. So is that interesting to everyone? No. But there are people that is interesting too. So we're talking to those people as well.
I love that. So if you are Canadian, mortgage professional, and you want Mortgage Coach to come up there, send me an email, Dave@Mortgage Coach. We do have a lot of interest. It will happen.
Cool.
It will happen. Okay, so we've gone through what I call core channels. You said YouTube.
Yeah.
What kind of videos are you posting and why on YouTube?
Yeah, so YouTube has been one of those ones that, like, I started off just uploading it there, and there wasn't a lot of intention other than to use it as a place to house our information. YouTube is it's kind of funny because it was a massive channel for a while, and then it kind of slowly went down as Facebook video came up, and now it's really coming back up again. And the reason for that is Google. Like, at the end of the day, if your YouTube videos are on your website, then you search you search a term, videos always come up first. So I'm not going to get too technical because I don't even understand all of it. At the end of the day, the terms that they're searching, it's going to find a video first before an article.
Right.
So if you compound the two, that's even better. So we're using YouTube as a way to kind of show people our consistency and educate people. So Stephanie, who was just here recently in Johnston, right?
Yeah.
Was talking about basically if someone asks a question once, make a video about it.
Right.
And that's kind of our theory for a lot of the videos that we do. We do educational.
How-to videos.
How-to videos are really key. Update videos, like what's happening right now. I know Dan Keller does a lot of those, very good, or he used to.
Yeah, so kind of like a weekly show, or hey, rates just did this, kind of a newscast.
Yeah, and where we just actually launched into is a little bit of a new way where we're going into community videos now. So we're highlighting specific communities. Interviews, and actually, to be honest with you, a lot of times we're not doing interviews. We're using it as an opportunity to set up a real estate agent as the tour guide of a community or a neighborhood. And so as opposed
now you're getting into that's an advanced strategy, but that, by the way, that's creating communities and being a leader. So these guys have done such a great job. Not only are they using it to get business, but now they're consulting realtors and helping a realtor create a community.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And to be completely honest,
we'll do a whole interview on that one.
And that's huge. And
like, we're gonna, if you want to hear more about that, we'll do another interview on that.
We'd love to. Because I'd love actually feedback on that for people who are watching it to let us know what we're doing good or not doing good. We basically.
Is there a community we could look at? Is there anything that, like, hey, community? First of all,
yeah,
I've got a few more questions, but if anybody wanted to learn more about you, where's the best place to go?
If you search my name, pretty much anywhere it'll pop up. But you can search up the Mortgage Pug. Or Thrive Mortgage, which is our new brand, which is where we're producing all of our new content. So if they look up our Facebook page, for example, it's the easiest place for everybody because they're in the Facebook group anyways. Just search up Thrive Mortgage, and it's the Canadian version, by the way. We found out about the US one around the same time, but look that up. That's where we'll house a ton of our videos. You can see a lot of the content on there. Follow me on Instagram as the Mortgage Pug. That's probably the best way to find it. But,
okay, 2 more closing questions.
Okay.
If you could only do one type of video to generate business, what would be the video?
1-to-1.
So guys, did you hear that?
Yeah.
The one, like, doing video shows, doing video interviews, that's all great, but the 1-to-1. And for all of you that have Mortgage Coach, like, there is no better video than, hey, I just met with you as a family, say their name, repeat back their top goal, edify their agent, and tell them what options you had. So the mortgage coach video is probably the easiest video to do because you're doing that on voicemails, you're doing that in person.
Yeah.
And then I think the second one is just a text video.
Yeah, like text video. Basically, the platform that you're using, again, to communicate, use that exact same. So text, Instagram, do DMs.
Whatever platform, yeah.
Direct messages, Facebook messages, that sort of thing. That's absolutely massive. I guess the last point, which is something we should talk about, is we just chatted back and forth, and hopefully this is uploaded without being edited.
It will
at all.
be.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I want people who are doing videos to think about that you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna screw up, you're gonna stutter like I've done probably half this interview.
I think we had Siri go off in the middle of this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but we had a problem, you know.
That is what makes the video good.
Right.
That's what makes it interesting. I mean, hopefully you're not swearing too much on there, but if you are, then that's you, then so be it.
That's you.
So be it. But I heard someone in this conference, the Sales Mastery Conference here, talking a little bit about, I think you've heard about 3 or 4 times now, like being yourself, be your authentic you. Carla Harris had an incredible presentation yesterday, and she talked about there's only one version of you. So I can't remember exactly, I wish I could remember what she said, but do that, be that, and just talk that way. That's it.
So, you know, you kind of jumped ahead of my last question. No, it's okay, but I'm gonna push you to go even deeper on that.
All right.
And my last question was for people that don't do video. Because
Yeah.
they don't like the way they sound, they don't like the way they look, they feel like they need to do too much prep.
Yeah.
And you kind of spoke to that just now.
Yeah.
But if you did have 2 things to consider and 2 things to do to get up and create a video, what would you say to anyone who's
having that feeling?
Yeah, they're not on the field. They're a spectator, but they're not doing
what I would usually say is start off by sending videos to your family, like people who already know who you are. That's a quick and easy way to get comfortable on camera because look, they've known you for however many years. Send a ton of videos to your wife, your husband, your kids, your best friends, that sort of thing, and just get really comfortable. And that's the best way to start because usually for most people it's not doing the video, it's the thought of doing the video and the thought of what people feel like. We already heard a million times, like you look like you look, you sound like you sound. If you brush your hair when you get out of the house, you're fine. Listen, if you're working at your home in your pajamas and you got your hair that way and your beard's this way and that's how you work, then that's how you are. Maybe just shave once in a while, that sort of thing.
Right.
But you know, at the end of the day, like just start off with people who already know you and are comfortable with you. It's like just the action. Once you get the action down, you won't even think about the rest of it. I never think about it.
Yeah. So I spoke last week. I was on stage with the co-founder of BombBomb.
Cool.
And it's well, I'm not sure what there's 2 co-founders. One of the co-founders, I forgot his name, so I apologize. But he gave some really good advice. It's just about saying thank you to people. You know, do a video and say thanks.
Yeah.
Because I think people get too in the head of like, what am I going to say? What's the strategy? A thank you is always appreciated. So
that's actually one of the strategies I started speaking on right off the bat, which is after the meeting.
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
I remember that.
Thank them for their time. It's their valuable time. They spent an hour of their day, maybe in traffic, you know, those type of things, as opposed to being, you know, running their business or being with their family or whatever to be with you. Just thank them for that.
Yeah. So mortgage coach community, you're watching this. I'm probably putting this in multiple channels. Said let's put this in YouTube. Let's put this in our Facebook group natively. Let's push this in LinkedIn. And if it's over 10 minutes, we might need to edit it if we want to put it in our IGTV. By the way, have you seen our new IGTV?
No, I'll look it up for sure.
So Mortgage Coach in Instagram, we now have videos in there. But let us know, what's the most valuable way you're using video? Let us know down below. And I am going to get another interview with this dude, so if you have more questions for Alex, put them down below, we'll get to it.
Cool, right on, man.
Dude, you rock. Give us a like, share it with your friends. Take care, you guys.